I recently was standing next to a group of middle-aged guys who all smoked. I thought to myself, why do they all smoke? And the obvious answer is addiction and a lack of discipline. But if you dig a bit deeper, then the actual truth is something way more complex than that. It's an issue that is rooted deep within themselves. You probably know what I'm going to say. Mental health. All these addictions are only symptoms of the real problem, bad mental health. Because of social media, not being raised in a healthy and loving way, and society in general, most people have poor mental health. A person with good mental health wouldn't smoke. He wouldn't eat unhealthy food or masturbate 5 times a day. A guy with good mental health wouldn't be so desperate for love and intimacy like everyone does. Those are the type of guys you always see being happy, being in a good mood, and being confident. It's very pleasurable being around such people, because you automatically get happier around them. Guys who are always being so negative and pessimistic turn off people. Those are the type of guys that are mostly alone and suffer strongly. Now this is where all the addictions come into play. All these substances, nicotine, weed, caffeine, all have something in common. They make you feel good. Because of the dopamine increase, you get a sense of well-being. For many, it's a comfort you never received as a child. This feeling doesn't last forever though. It usually disappears after some time. This leaves you craving for more. Since most people have a lack of discipline, they will fall victim to this craving and take more and more to feel something. This is how addictions build up. All these substances have one thing in common. They make life more bearable. Even typical things like caffeine from coffee belong to this. I personally noticed this a lot on days where I didn't really feel like working and then taking some caffeine. It made a complete difference in how I was feeling. This is why so many 9-to-5 workers drink so much coffee. It makes the boring and unfulfilling work more fun and bearable. Now let's look at how you can overcome these addictions. Like earlier said, you have to work on your mental health. It's the number one most fundamental thing that is holding you back from living the life you really want. It's the foundation of self-improvement. Before you focus on any good habit or such, you have to fix your mental health. The first thing you need to do is change your way of thinking. Nearly everyone is thinking in a negative way. Why is this happening to me? Why is everything so miserable? Etc. You change your way of thinking by practicing gratitude. If you are grateful for everything that has happened to you, even the bad things, then you will be unstoppable. You write down things like, I'm grateful that I was the most unpopular kid at school, or otherwise, I wouldn't have come onto self-improvement. Or, I'm grateful that I didn't have any success with girls, because this forced me to work even harder on myself. If you establish such a way of thinking, then look at how quick your life changes. Gratitude is an essential skill that has astonishing effects on your mental health. The best way to start practicing this skill is to write down 3 things you're grateful for and why every morning. And don't always use the same things every day. Really sit down and think for what you could be really grateful for. This also includes the bad things. The second thing which really improves your mental health is meditation. If you have watched my previous video where I already talk about meditation, but still didn't take action, you should be ashamed. Ashamed that you're still not doing one of the most essential habits. If this is your first time watching me, then do me a favor and download a meditation app from the App Store and do at least a 5-minute meditation each day. It doesn't sound like much at first, but trust me, many people struggle to sit for even 1 minute. These 5 minutes can literally change your life. There are no excuses because it's only 5 minutes. A good app would be Medito. It's completely free and its guided meditations are legit. The benefits of meditation are countless. I could talk hours about the benefits, but for now I will only tell you that meditation vastly improves your mental health, happiness, friendships, relationships, discipline and personality because of the increase in conscious awareness, inner peace and control over yourself and your mind. Being so mindful just helps so much with managing your habits, especially the bad ones. Meditation is hard to do at first, but it should be. You have conditioned your brain for years with mindless entertainment like Instagram and TikTok. So don't expect it to be easy. If it would be easy, then everyone would have perfect mental health. But sadly, that's not the case. Still, meditation will get easier over time as your mind gets accustomed to the daily habit of watching over your breath, surroundings, and thoughts. The last two things, which enormously improve your mental health, are the gym, as you already hopefully know, and fighting/practicing martial arts. The first one should be clear. You build an aesthetic physique, which improves your self-perception and your confidence. Secondly, you release lots of stress through lifting heavy weights, since you're being active. You will get a broad frame, which will make other guys respect you more, and you get increased attention from women. Fighting, on the other hand, isn't as widely known for improving your mental health, but it certainly does. Knowing that you are able to protect yourself just gives you such a big confidence boost nearly no other activity gives you. This alone gets rid of most of the anxiety many guys are facing. But fighting itself is also very beneficial. You really have to leave your comfort zone, since getting ready for being hit in the face is not a joke. Your beliefs of how a fight looks get shattered when you are actually engaging in one. No epic Hollywood action fights. The combination of having a muscular and aesthetic physique from strength training and being able to fight is a combination like no other. For those of you who are wondering, the best martial art for self-defense is the good old boxing, not these fancy ones like Krav Maga or BJJ. You can become decent in boxing in as few as 6 months, if you are putting in the consistent hard work, of course. Don't do too much though, since you also want to build a good physique in the gym. If you work on all these 4 things, then you are guaranteed to get a good mental health and will be free from any addictions. A very good future will be ahead of you. Always improve, it only gets better from here.